Everyone, today I'm building a Metal Earth stagecoach that I'm about to, well, not unbox, but unpackage on stream. And I'm actually building this the second time. I have, I'll show you. I have another set here that I started and got like slightly through, just towards, some, like I finished like 20% of it, maybe not even that. I messed up a couple times. It was fixable, but I kind of just I had another one of these exact copies in hand, and I just thought I'll start over and be a bit more careful this time. These are different than, even though I titled it scale modeling, they're different than scale modeling. I call it scale modeling in the stream, but they're different. They require a lot more. Let me just go live in voice on Discord. Okay. And let me start unpackaging this. Um, they require a lot more, like a lot more patience, actually. Yeah, a lot more patience. And so here are, you still have your sprues. They're kind of like photo etched parts. They're very delicate. And as I saw a YouTube tutorial on these, you kind of get to mess up once. If you twist or bend something the wrong way, you get another chance, and then that's it. You'll have to like either super glue or do something else. And these two parts are stuck for some reason. There we go. Yeah, one of these got messed up because of the packaging, but that's not my fault. It's not my fault. Well, it's not really mixed up. So yeah, these are the sprues. They're really nicely made. Um, my kind of like obsessive mind will probably keep comparing these to scale models, but it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. Obviously, you're building something together with little intricate pieces. There's sub-assemblies. You follow an instruction sheet, as you see here. It's the second one. I'll leave that be for now. Yeah. Um, let's kind of go through this, but there's no gluing, there's no painting. But the level, I'll say this, the level of precision is much greater, believe it or not. Even though there's no glue, no paint, just the way to, you basically have to make these. Okay, I thought I flipped what, that scale modeling is better? It is. Um, hey, Cav. Oh, also, what I was gonna say is I'm having this great beverage. So this video is brought to you, it's being sponsored by San Pellegrino Fruity Beverages. They're great. Um, that's the partner of this video for today. But yeah, if you wanted me to say scale modeling is better, I agree. Also, oh, non-alcoholic doesn't count. San Pellegrino actually started making their own brand of vodka. It's a great vodka. Um, yeah, but I'm not. I'm at my parents' place, and I don't know. I don't drink much these days, and also they don't drink much, so hence not my normal setup. I'm building a, you know, I'm rebuilding, as I showed earlier. I opened a brand new one of these, but I have an older one that I started in this bag, and I just gave up, even though I only made some minor mistakes. So Wild West Stagecoach, how's your Saturday going, by the way? Um, yeah, so Wild West Stagecoach, there are three sprues, and the sprues are just like photo etched parts. And they're beautiful. But they're very kind of, the level of detail is great. The difference in color, like the way they're colored, is phenomenal. So A, B, C. Please carefully discard metal sheets after parts have been removed. It's a pure photo etch kit. Really? It's going like hell? I'm sorry to hear that. I've yeah, I didn't think I could. Usually when I'm visiting my folks, I don't think I can really stream. Although I can stream my Switch gaming, but I don't have my scale modeling set up. Like I'll show you, because I don't have my paints and stuff. I don't have my glue. I don't have like 90% of my tools, but I could build these snap kits. I have a helicopter snap tight kit. And by the way, I thought I had. Give me a second. I thought I had rotated the video correctly, but I think yeah, I think I need to, let me see something. Sorry, I'm gonna experiment this on stream. I thought I had it right. Yep, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I know some streamers just don't do anything about that. I'm gonna try and flip horizontally, so bear with me for a moment. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. Because I wasn't sure if it was flipped or rotated. Because, the way I have my tripod set up, it's not gonna get that. Okay, cool. Let me, now it's right. Let me zoom out a little bit so you see my overall work area. There we go. Cool. Yeah, that's one annoying thing. Like, I asked how long screen setup takes for a reason because, like, I posed that question in the Discord because, now let me just say, like, I stream from my laptop, and even though my settings are saved, every little thing that I do requires a minor adjustment. Like, either the audio needs tweaking, or like I have to flip stuff whenever I reconnect my phone to the streaming software on my laptop. So, all in all, it takes me like 20 minutes. And every now and then I notice a little tweak that I messed up on. I'll let you know as soon as I still have to set up my stream from scratch tomorrow. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, some people are like, oh, it takes me 2 seconds, 5 seconds. I'm done in a minute. Lucky them, but I guess that's because they have their computer, like their PC in place. It really is like a built-in everything. They don't move around. I move around my phone as like on this tripod right here. So I'm just doing that for demo purposes. Let me move this back a little bit in this forward. Cool. Yeah, so okay, engraved, color site, non-engraved. Just reviewing this. Holes, folds, tabs. Alright. Key thing is this blue thing is you insert tab and bend 90 degrees, triangle is twist 90 degrees. Yeah, let's start. And I have a bunch of like stuff here as far as tools. It's a pretty simple setup unless you have a lot of alerts and things. My alerts aren't the problems. Those are safe. I do have alerts, not a bunch, but I started using Twitch's own new alerts, which is like 10 alerts in one. It's just one OBS like source, but it's 10 different alerts with that source. For me, it's just because I do it through my laptop. And there's components. So yeah, sprue B. They label the sprues here, which is kind of neat. Okay, this sprue B part E. Which part is that? Are there multiple? I think so. No, it's part one. Yeah, there are multiple parts. Okay. Doomer, how's it going? So I couldn't. I mean, I I was checking my Discord messages right before I started streaming, and you were saying something about that hobby store. But I didn't get if you meant like if you meant there were like a lot of things to explore, or like you felt like the store had a lot to offer, or not enough. Frankly, I think it's not enough. It is just a Hobby Lobby. It's not dedicated to scale modeling. Guess it's decent. But yeah, there were a lot of sales on those pictures I posted. You can see there were a lot of sales. Um, yeah, so let me zoom in a bit more. I won't do the double zoom, but you can kind of see the small pieces. I can zoom in farther. If you want me to do that, let me know. Excuse me, I'm burping. Whenever I say hello, Doomer, I picture it like a Seinfeld saying to hello to Newman. See, I don't watch enough Seinfeld to even know what that means. Part C, part 2. So as I'll probably say multiple times, like, scale modeling I like a lot more, but this is all I have where I am located right now. But, like, this actually requires more patience and more precision. I haven't worked much with photo etched parts with scale modeling, but imagine you're doing everything photo etched with scale modeling. That's a different kind of precision. Like, the patience you put in for just one little tweak or adjustment is a lot. But of course, you miss out on there's less involvement in terms of the types of steps you have. It's just folds and cuts and twists here. But the the yeah, let me fold this now halfway. I have these little, what you don't see in scale modeling, these like folding tools where you can like put this in this little thing. Yeah, it is pure photo etched parts. But like photo etched parts in scale modeling, you paint, you know, you don't super glue, you don't twist and fold necessarily like the way you do with these. So the order of like the procedure order is still a little different. Yeah, they're cool kits. They're definitely cool kits. And the level of detail is intense in its own way. You can only get what I mean if you try one. You wouldn't think you wouldn't think they're as detail oriented because there's no painting or gluing, but they have their own level of intricacy that's just hard to explain. And definitely they're cool kits for the price. That's one thing that happens. I kind of hold it. I hold these pieces not carefully enough. And the little like they fly off somewhere. So I have to bend this a little more. I'll use my bendy tool. But also like the funny thing is like one part can take a long time to just prep because like a fold, like one little fold like this requires like a lot of like focus and, for lack of a better word, like prep work in terms of like what tool you use, how many times you need to adjust it before you put it in. So like each piece is deceiving. It might be like a simple looking piece, but see, now I need like two little folds right here. I might zoom in. I might do like my ultra zoom. Um, oh, and it flipped my thing again. That's annoying. I would think. See, this is where software goes wrong. So let me flip both ways. Flip horizontal. Sorry about that. There we go. I don't know why zooming would cause that. I should try and make it out of paper cardstock. Yeah, maybe. Okay, these tweezers are good. So I'm just like picking up. I'm just like picking up this little piece and trying to get this little fold in. This is what a lot of this is going to be like. Folding a little bit one way, folding a little bit the other way. And it's a special kind of patience you need. Have you guys ever done these? I still prefer to scale model, but like these are fun until you lose a piece and it flies off somewhere. Where did this one go? See, it's like whenever I rush the slightest, something dumb like this happens. I'm checking on my computer. You never have? I'm not saying it's to die for, but it's worth trying just to get a feel of it if you have the opportunity. I wouldn't like spend ages seeking it out. This is what happens. Some piece flies off somewhere because it's so small and it just snaps out of your tweezer. And then you lose it, which is unfortunate. But it's. I have a magnet actually. Let me try. Well, it's gonna pick up my tools, but let me try just moving around my magnet. Sorry, this is quite the annoyance. Let me see. What I might do is technically the last time you consider doing a Metal Earth kit when I was looking in Hobby Lobby. That's where I got this one. Not today, even though I was in Hobby Lobby today, but on a different day. Um, where did that? Like by the sound of it, I mean, I could if I don't need the. There are more of these. If I don't need the third one soon, I could cut out another one. When do I need that last one? Probably not so soon. I'm just looking ahead in this instruction sheet. I don't think I need this especially soon. So I'll cut out another one, but be extra careful about it. Let me just look for it for like another minute. Is this it? No. Oh, wait, my keyboard. That's a good bet. No. See, I have actually one of these trays, but it wouldn't have helped now because it literally snapped out of my finger. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut out another one of those, and I am gonna look for that one later. Just hope by the time I need it. Oh, the tools are actually magnetic, which is good. I look like Zelensky. Well, I'm part Slavic. I also haven't like done my hair in a while. I mean, I've been showering, but like I haven't styled it. So maybe that does it. You bought the exact same metal steel coach kit, the one I'm doing now, and I couldn't get like, were you happy with what you saw in those pictures in the Hobby Lobby pics I posted, or unhappy? Like I didn't read enough of the. Let me see what's on the Discord. By the way, I'm really happy with my how my Shelby's the chassis is looking. I think it's looking super dope. Oh wow, there's a whole discussion on it. It creeped you out. Oh, it's like the exact same stuff. That's funny. Yeah, I mean they do lack a lot. That's my first impression. It's my first thought is like they're missing a lot of stuff. But then again, they're a hobby store not dedicated to scale modeling, but like crafts, other crafts. So you can't really expect them. Honestly, the important thing with these is just go slow with every little piece. I mean, that's the truth for scale modeling. Scale modeling, there's greater room for error, believe it or not. There is greater room for error. And they sell Vallejo bottles for 5 a pop, which is insane. I don't know what the normal one is. I bought Vallejo just like a couple, and I hand brushed with them, which I heard you dilute differently. But by the time I got around to trying airbrushing, everyone convinced me not to airbrush with Vallejo. Instead, I bought mission models for the kind of gray I needed. Vallejo and mission models had it. See, the one thing that I did wrong, well, not wrong, it's like my fold is slightly off, ever so slightly, just slightly. And you gotta be just right. Typically, a Vallejo bottle will be 2 to 3 bottles a pop. Like in a different hobby shop, you mean? Or if you buy online and subtract the shipping. Vallejo and what's the other one? Alclad. They're both made in Spain, right? They're both Spanish manufacturers. Basically anywhere but Hobby Lobby. Gotcha. Gotcha. See, the like this piece like this, it's tiny. And you would, as I'm saying, like there are tiny pieces in. Yeah, as Cav said, it's all photo etched, literally. But it's not just that. The assembly is different. With scale modeling, you get a couple of these and then you move on with the rest of your build. With this, it's purely this, and like every part has to be just right in terms of the fold. And so the kind of patience you have for it, it's just different. It's just different. I wonder if this will work. It's not a perfect fold. It's a little bit rounded, which I don't like. Actually, let me see if I can. Straighten this out. When I was building this kit the first time, because it's my second time, I don't remember this part being so difficult on me. It was a bit easier. Oh wait, I had a different kind of piece that can help. Yeah, this one. This is useful. It's kind of more accurate. Um, sort of. I started building it. I have an exact. I showed it before, but I have an exact same kit that I put in a plastic bag right here. Um, and I made a couple minor mistakes, but for some reason I had two of these, so I just decided to like restart. Yeah, but I built part of it. Yeah, I definitely built the first like 8 steps. Yeah, I don't remember this little piece being such a nuisance. Just don't tell me this little piece will fly away again somewhere on the floor. That would be a disaster. A disaster. Yeah, I bought the Red Baron, Stagecoach, and Tiger One tank. I also have I didn't finish this one either, but the P1D Mustang Sweet Arlene. I got to like making the fuselage. Dak, how's it going? That is sick hell, yeah. That one is sick hell. The Sweet Arlene. This is Metal Earth, by the way. Hey, Duck. I'm saying it is different than scale modeling, just the overall process. But I'm not saying it's simpler. Like the amount of patience required to get these folds right is just insane. All right. I don't know if this will go in now or not. You've done a few. They're tough in their own way. Like, yeah, you don't have to paint, you don't have to glue, there's no setup really, but just like the kind of folding you do just requires so much patience. They're really hard to like, just so many things about them are hard. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I'm gonna build one after this Samson is done. Start building one. By the way, as slow as I am with my kits, this doesn't count for the Metal Earth kits. They're more so to pass the time when I'm visiting my folks. I do finish my kits. Like I don't give up on them. It's just I go slow. I do make steadfast progress. It's just slow. And so, yeah, I've overbent this little piece here. This one. See, I've been at this, like, I've been at it for 10 minutes with this little piece. That's what I mean. Yeah, it is what it is. But I realize, like, the slower pace I actually try to go at, like, if I rush it, I end up taking longer. If I take it slow, I'll actually get through it because I'll mess up, like, I'll get through it faster in the end. It's like the slow rabbit winning the race type of thing. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do for here is just try and plop it in however I can. No need to rush. Yeah. But what's annoying is, like, there are these little, they're clearer seen on the manual, but like there are these little slits where the red arrows go. My thumb is pointing. That's where you put in the tabs. And you just gotta be really delicate and precise. See, that's like a difference between scale modeling. Yeah, you gotta be precise, but not like with little tabs and stuff, usually. You gotta be precise in your painting, and you gotta put enough, just the right amount of glue, stuff like that. But, right, this is a twist 90 degrees type of thing, so I'm a twist 90. Well, let me put the other. See, I'm covering it by my thumb and my index and middle finger, but I got one tab in, and I steadily am working to get the other tab in. Honestly, the slower you do these, the better they go. You'll mess up less. You'll have better control. Alright. So I got the two tabs in. That's great news. That's like first step is done. Half of the first step is done after 15 minutes. So whereas there's no painting, and you twist 90 degrees to lock them into place. So whereas there's no painting and gluing, and you think you save time there, you make up for the time through through the amount of time you spend just folding and bending. Yeah, how are they going? Oh, I missed a few messages. Remember the wheel specs I was making? Oh, I saw that stream. I was watching that stream. That's when I was talking about those lacquer varnishes when we started the conversation. One is done, but Molly chewed up the other tire. Oh no. So now I'm building a scratch tire. I'm sure that's no difficult task for you though, Duck. Damn F to pay respects. So I got this. You can see the zoom's pretty good, but sometimes the focus isn't great. I got this little. Yeah, the focus isn't good enough here. But I got this little tab in. Maybe against the paper you'll see it. Yeah, there's a little like notch, triangle notch. Hey, plastic. Good to see you. I'm doing a Metal Earth build. It's basically like all photo etched parts. And you bend and fold them together. You're taking notes? You don't need to take notes. You can just rewatch the stream. It'll be up for 60 days. I'm kidding. Hello, Mr. Plastic Chemist. Okay. Now, see, some folds are easy and straightforward. I just fold this 90 degrees. And I can use my finger for this to just make a careful fold. You always got to be careful with them. And trick is underfold a little bit with these. Underfold so you have some slack to maneuver. That's one little trick I learned. And now I'm fortunate to have this plier tool, this curve plier tool, which helps you with these curved parts. Hey Kev, welcome back in. I'm trying to make my see I've put in chat into my video feed directly. This is just like a note to self. But I want to move it. The size is good. I just want to move it a little bit to the right. Chat box. Okay. Will this make it smaller? Yes, it does. So that's good size. Okay. Worry about that later. The Speakeasy Salon. So I just kind of, start compressing. And you only need this to start the curve going. To get the curve going, I mean. Once it's going, you can use another object. This might be too small, but use a round object to kind of finish up the curve. But again, this might be a little small, so I'll use my X-Acto blade. Not my X-Acto blade, the handle of my X-Acto knife. And it doesn't have to be a perfect... Yeah, so actually this is a little too big. Still. So that's fine. You start off big, and then you progress to smaller sizes. Taking a break and building a 1968. You realize you were building off camera? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll zoom out. It's just the pieces are... Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me bring my cam a little closer in. I did not realize. Thank you for pointing that out. Let me turn my flash on, and hopefully this won't reverse my cam again. Nope, it didn't. You have an old Revel stuck up, but I believe it's 1 to 72. That's actually a monogram kit. I remember monogram. Alright, so like this seems to be the right size. Um, more or less. So I kind of just finished curving in a little more with the cone part. Whoops, I dropped this piece. Yeah, I wonder where that other piece from before fell. Um, which way do I bend? I bend this way. Hmm. So you see what I mean? How each little piece requires a lot of dedication. It's just different than scale modeling. And now I gotta slide in that tab. That's the hardest part, really. Getting those tabs in. You can't really see it because it's so darn small. Well, maybe you can see it. There's that little tab. Gotta slide it in. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. And you kind of have to distort kind of the cylinder to get that in. I wish there was a better way. Looking for the right tool. They're discombobulated. I feel that was like a 10th grade vocab word I had. Discombobulated. It's like the best thing you can have with these is like that mentality. Just go slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. That's how you gotta do these. You can't rush them. I'm just saying you can't really rush scale modeling. I'm not saying you gotta take it slow like I do, but you gotta be careful. But with these, you gotta be extra slow. Just very slow. Did I not have another tool? I need like a little needle. I'm honestly thinking of using my X-Acto to like poke in the piece. But I could do more damage than good, and I can cut myself. How did I do it before? Oh, wait. Which way does it go? Okay. Pete, correct me if I'm wrong. You work at the VA? I do work at the VA. You're right. I do work at the VA. I work as a data analyst for the VA. I work from home, so I don't really get to see the veterans directly, but I work with their healthcare data. No, you're right. You're completely right. Your memory was not wrong at all. Technically, I'm VISN #1, if you know anything about the VA networks, because we're Massachusetts based. Cav is right. He just doesn't get to heat that too much. Okay, now I pushed my chat box too far to the right. Yeah, my wife always thinks she's right. I was reading a one of those like Christian pamphlets, and there was a section about arguing, and I don't know who's religious or not. I'm not actually that religious, but just picked up this pamphlet for the heck of it, and it said even when arguing or disagreeing with someone the most, to remember to embrace everyone with love. Eating pot stickers right now. Now I gotta pull out that Suka Kid and check it. LOL. Thanks, Doomer. See, this is where I'm at right now. There is there's a tab, and I'm trying to poke it in. I'm trying to poke it in. As soon as I get that tab in, I am in the clear. But until I get that tab in, I'm not really in the clear. Is that clear? I'm just kidding. And I know sometimes my thing goes off cam. I can't tell if I should be. I think I should be zoomed out more. Sometimes I just move the piece like at an angle I can see it better, like towards my head, and it goes off cam. So sorry about that. But I'll try and make sure most of it's on cam. Oh, those kind of pot stickers. Um, do you guys know Trader Joe's? If you do, Trader Joe's. Uh-oh, that was a close call. I almost tore the piece apart, just being a little too forceful. But I almost actually got it to go in. This is kind of like a ship in a bottle. Requires so much patience. Okay, how can I get the little tab in? Okay. Yeah, Trader Joe's I think has good frozen pot stickers you can buy. I got it. Bingo. I got the tab to go in. Nice, but I gotta kind of like tuck it in a bit further. Now that it's in, set that 90-degree tab. It's worth it. Like with every piece, after all that hard work, Frozen, no wonder I don't know what it is. That can be the original for this kit. For a Matchbox kit, it's not. I don't know what this stuck a frame conversation is about. Apologies. Cav, do you ever do your weekend streams anymore? Those were kind of fun. But I am in voice if anyone wants to join me there. I'm not saying anyone has to, but anyone is up for it. Yeah, I think he just put various parts into the box. You'll be streaming tomorrow for the first time in months. Nice, awesome. I'll try and tune in depending on the time. My parents are having a cookout, and so if it's not at the well, I'll tune in anyway. I'll be on the lookout. Like even if it's brief, I'll tune in on my phone or something. But that'd be awesome. I'd love to see you online. But I get it. As a streamer, sometimes like I'm tempted to go lapses without streaming. I usually find something to stream, even if I'm not scale modeling some game to put on. Like right now, technically, I wouldn't consider this strictly scale modeling, but I get it. Like you're not always up to it, and it's streaming is tough. Like that's why I was saying, like I don't. There are some nights I just don't feel it. More so because of the setup. Like I'm too tired to do the setup. And I know for some people it's fast. It's just like turn on a button, switch on OBS. But for me, I have a bare bones stream setup, which actually makes it longer. You'll be around this time tomorrow? Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. So I got this too. I got it. This little tab. And then you just kind of like even it out with the cone. The cone tool makes things useful. Duck will get a kick out of these picks. Did I tell you guys? I mean, I know I told you guys on Discord, but my varnishes are on their way. All three glosses, all three finishes, gloss, semi-gloss, and matte from by MRP Paints. They're shipping from a Polish website. I found all three on a Polish website. Hey, Pork. Um, Good to see you. Excited to see how they work, Pete. Yeah, I'm super excited. I get what Duck was saying about like lacquer and acrylic now. Like acrylic doesn't have to be water based. Acrylic can well acrylic doesn't acrylic mean that it has acrylate in it as an active ingredient? That's why like CA glue, super glue, it's called a cyanoacrylate glue. Something like that. Okay. So all that work, there are three parts to paint. Carrier, binder, and pigment. And retarder, right? That's like makes up like 2% of the paint I heard. A retarder. Or that's just with thinners. A thinner has a retarder. Acrylic means it has an acrylic polymer in the paint as a binder. Retarder would be considered an additive. Okay. See, I did used to think acrylic meant not water based, but something other than lacquer and enamel. Like I used to think like acrylics are like the softest, enamels are somewhere in the middle in terms of like their intensity, chemical intensity, and cyano no, and lacquers are like the most intense. Well, I did it. I did this piece, and you can see the notch clearly on top now. And all that work took about 20-ish. No, it took half an hour. Wait, no. It took like close to an hour. Not close to an hour. I started streaming at like I've been streaming for an hour, but all that work took probably 45 minutes. Yeah. That's how it is with these Metal Earth kits. That's what I mean. It's a different kind of patience. Additive is not part of the paint. It is what you add to the paint. Okay, yeah, Metal Earth keeps seems super fiddly. It's not Metal Earth, I think. I think that's just the nature of these models. Like it's not a poor design. It's just how they work. Okay. Part 3. I remember doing this one and I had a neat trick. It's the top of the stagecoach. I think I used this piece here, or this tool, which has a notch, as you can see, and I just would like bend them in place. Yeah, that's just the nature of not Metal Earth isn't the only producer of these types of fold and build kits, but they're one of them. That's just the nature of I'm just going one by one and bending these tabs down. We found a YouTube channel that did Metal Earth kit reviews. We found it odd. How was it odd? You don't know. I found some that did tutorials and like it was definitely like specific demographic of people. It's hard to describe. Kind of like punk rock type of people. I'm sure we have some in our community who like punk rock, but I don't know. That's the best I could describe them as. Haha, or check random talks for Stucco Kit picks. I'm still confused what a Stucco Kit is. Is it like a scratch build kit? You do everything yourself? Oh, okay. It's a German World War II plane. Kind of like a German Mitsubishi Zero, like a light fighter. I overbent a little bit. Stuka was World War II German ground fighter planes. I overbent one. I didn't even think that would happen, but I did. It's another issue you can encounter with these. You can just be a little off and then something goes slightly wrong. Have any of you guys watched J7? He streams most days, but I don't think weekends as much. He does scale modeling sometimes, but he more so does Warhammer. Kind of just randomly came across him in my recommended, or through a link. Maybe someone linked him before. But I forgot I'm on the nicotine patch these days. I'm doing the patch. You know, I used to vape, then I smoked, and my doctor got me to quit the cigarettes. So I'm doing the patch, and I forgot I'm on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, the next couple days, and I forgot a couple of my patches, so I'm patchless, unfortunately. You just reminded me I want to try out my Zins. What are Zins? Is that like a new kind of alien? By the way, I get paranoid about when I stream if I have any notifications or something going off that people would see. So I put on like do not disturb on all my devices. And second of all, I usually don't wear my Apple Watch when I scale model because I don't want paint to get on it. But I wear it now and like I put it in theater mode, which you normally wouldn't see what's on it, but with theater mode, I mean normally you would see what's on it, but with theater mode I have to like press it because I don't want like a text message going off. Salt Nick dip bags. Oh, okay. I've heard American snus has become like a bigger thing. Snus is more like a European dipping tobacco. I figured, but apparently I've seen these commercials for American snus. Seem kind of interesting. So I'm just going over this tab here, making sure everything's kind of rounded off. So it's like yeah, they're like dip bags. I hear what you're saying. But salt, that's interesting. Salted nicotine. Yeah, and like nicotine dip instead of like tobacco dip, but like white dip. That's like a thing too, right? Where just like you're dipping pure nicotine. I'm sure that would like blend nicely with like a nice long scale model session with like a dip or two in your mouth. It's funny, usually I'm like PG friendly. I don't talk about these things. I'm like usually very PG friendly. I don't really even swear in my streams for the most part. Yeah. And but like that's the most I've gone. Talk about dip. You just have to make one of these junkers JU-87Z3. They carried passengers in compartments on their wings. In compartments on the wings. That's wild. That is wild. They carried passengers in their wings. In their wings. Air Model made it. They have a version for it. Okay, so here's the roof. Is another part done. Here is the roof. And okay. I'll check out the ScaleMates link. Interesting. Oh, that is really interesting. Yeah, I can see how there were passenger compartments in the wings. That's wild. And this was like a real thing. The paint job on ScaleMates looks a little like sloppy, like thick. The person laid it on really thick. Looks like it was hand brushed more than airbrushed, actually. Problem is that there is currently no information available as to what was inside the pods. Crazy. Probably chairs. I'll look at the other link. Okay, sure. It looks like the exact same picture from ScaleMates, though. I mean, it says you can buy it for €5, if I understand German correctly, which I don't, but I'm just guessing. Why would they make that so they can pay to watch firsthand a dive bombing session? Maybe they were it doubled as a transport plane for other military personnel. Air Model has been out of business for decades. Old woman with her lapdog in pod as he dive bomb a KV-2 in Eastern Europe. I didn't realize they were dive bombing planes. They have websites with that kit. Oh, okay, so it's like another ScaleMates type of site. Gotcha. Okay, moving along here. Um, yeah, this is should be an easy. This should be an easy kind of placement. The Stuka made the infamous screeching siren noise of dive bombing. Okay, look, they're back in business. They originally went out in the late 90s. That's cool if it's back in business and you can buy it. Just doing the 90-degree twist maneuver. Okay. And with these, you gotta accept, first of all, like, nothing is perfect, but some things, like, visually look perfect at least. But you gotta accept there's gonna be, like, little crevices and cracks and little gaps. That's just the best you're gonna do with these. Okay, look, like, they are back in business. They originally went out in the late 90s. Their kits were inaccurate and very basic. Let me actually, I keep trying to move my chat box so it's visible. Okay, it can't be off screen. There we go. Sorry, I was talking to myself. I was adjusting an OBS thing. I'm trying to make the in-video chat box line up correctly. So moving along with Metal Earth. Okay. Spruce C, part 4. There we go. Germans actually attached little whistles to the stucco to make the siren noise louder. Why would they do that? It would only help, like, with evasion tactics, I would imagine. Strike fear into the non-existent hearts of communities. Oh, of communists or communities of communists. Well, I guess this was an intermodel kit, which became air model later on. Yeah, I know nothing about those brands. Not much at all. Not much at all. Okay, these folds should be relatively simple, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let me use this tool. Well, the vacuum formed part at least. Huh. Yeah, I don't know much about this, to be honest. To be honest. Trying to fold this little piece in place. I'm just going by what's in the box and what ScaleMate says, and of course Duck's encyclopedic knowledge of model companies. Let's see if I can just. Yes, I can. What are people cooking tonight? All right, that's pretty easy. Fold. Do you fold this way or that way? You fold inwards. And that's the other tough part. You made chicken cordon bleu. That's bomb. Chicken cordon bleu and fries. I never made it. I heard that's like a tough thing to make. You didn't bread it though. You left it all natural. Gotta go run some errands. All right, bye, Doomer. See this little tab here again. Like like the tabs are the real. I hate to say pain, but it can be painfully difficult. But they're the challenge, the struggle. I'll say. You're not supposed to get the tab in like this way, or like this way. I mean, you're supposed to get it in this way. If that makes sense. How is it tough? It's literally chicken folded in half with ham sliced and cheese in the middle, which just seems like the whole kind of process and the arrangement. Maybe it's not tough. I've never made it. I've made a lot of things, but I've never made that. Um, Wait, I'm just thinking. Do I? Which way does the tab go? It would seem so much easier. See, I can't freaking see. Took 5 minutes prep and then 20 minutes in the oven. That's not that bad at all, then. Um, Maybe the tabs. All right, I don't know. Trying to figure out which way the tabs go. One way's a lot easier, but it seems like much more difficult as well. No, no, no. I mean, one way seems a lot more easier, but it doesn't seem like the way that's indicated in the instruction sheet. Another way like seems harder, but it seems like the way it's drawn. How can I tell? How can I tell? I can't really tell. You know what? I'm just gonna go with the easier way because it's not gonna mess any part of the build up, and it's gonna come out looking nicely still. Just have to aim it in. Yep. Yeah, when in doubt, and the easier way just looks just as good, I'll go with the easier way. I do wonder though, was this incorrect? I think even if it was incorrect, it's gonna unaffect the rest of the build. Is like freshly squeezed orange juice a big thing in Germany? They have it, don't know about. Why, why is my. Trying to make my chat box look reasonably large but not too small. Alright. They have it, don't know about here, don't know if it would be or if would why it would be oranges or local products. Are not, I mean. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not a lover of Metal Earth. Like, I love scale modeling so much more, but it's a different kind of challenge. It's a test of patience on a different scale, no pun intended. You really move through each part kind of slowly. I do, because otherwise I'd mess it up. And you, you, your attention to detail has to be heightened. Be lurking for a bit. You guys talking about food made me hungry. It's funny. Now I'm coming up to a segment that I kind of messed up on last time because it was just so freaking difficult. See if I use these pliers. Yeah, that's easier. Okay, building up the roof of this stagecoach. So far managing well. I mean that first part was exceptionally tough. I don't know why. Just because it was so small. It was so darn small. And I wish I could find. I can't believe. Well, you know what? I have the other model kit to look through to get that spare piece. So I can always do that. But I'll need that little piece again, and there were three. There were three. Um, yeah, I'm back with this segment here where I need one of those small pieces one more time. So I'll get it out, and it's the same kind of deal, same kind of mini fold. But yeah, I'm pumped for those varnishes, those MRP varnishes that coming from Poland. I don't know how the dilution works, like if I'll need to thin them or not. I'm guessing maybe a little bit. Well, maybe 50-50. I don't know if it's pre-thinned or not. I'm sure someone will give me a hint in the Discord. But yeah, this is definitely a good activity to pass the time, but I don't love it the same way I love scale modeling. I certainly think it's stream worthy, and if you like scale modeling, you probably enjoy doing this to an extent, but it ain't the same. Okay, so fold this 90 degrees. Oh, and while I'm at it, fold this a little more. It's a rainy day here in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's probably a rainy day in Boston too. My goal is as slow as I go with my build, not to take major breaks where like I'm not talking about streaming. I'm talking about just my build. Like don't I used to take like a break for 2, 3, 4 months. Like don't do that. But if I'm just going slow cuz like I like either the precision or I need like a week or so break or just I'm waiting for stuff to or I like splitting up the process into like smaller steps. That's all fine and dandy, but it's just a slow pace is a slow pace. And a high scale model with a slow pace. Even if that means less scale models every 5 years, so be it. But each step of the way I treat with a lot of care. And so even though I'm building less models, I'm gaining experience through the time I put into each build. Like the Shelby is really like my third or fourth serious model, but it's coming out nice. It's coming out nice. Alright, I gotta be really careful with like these bends that I'm gonna attempt with these pliers, because that can really cause the piece to like snap in a direction and fly off. It's the most I'm gonna attempt with this. Alright, now sprue C, which is this sprue, piece 5. I have the assembly instructions off cam, but I don't think that's so interesting to look at. What's most interesting is the plane we're talking about. Alright. piece 5. Right, it's right above here. Right above piece 4. I hope my streaming, because I stream off my MacBook Pro, my laptop, I hope it does not kill the computer, because that's an intense thing for a MacBook Pro to do. Stream. Streaming's like, you guys know, you're all streamers. Like, streaming's an intense thing for your computer. Um, and so I hope it does not mess anything up. Is that really the first segment? That's hard to believe. But okay. So I'll put this in. I am curious to try those what is it? Those Zins Doomer mentioned, but I can't really do that. Now that I quit cigarettes, I can't really, it doesn't really count if you start doing other nicotine products. The only thing is a patch is like a medical thing that's prescribed, and so are lozenges. So that's different. Very carefully put in this little notch here. Yep, that's a good way of seeing it. It's a good angle. And I just gotta be super gentle with it because I don't want it to fly out and disappear on me. Is this a twist or yeah, that's a twist 90-degree type of bend. Hey, Loader, welcome in. Today I'm working on a Metal Earth build. I'm on Cape Cod, Mass with my folks. And since I don't have my typical setup, I don't have any of my paints, glues, airbrush stuff, I resort to other types of builds. So I'm doing a Metal Earth that has no painting and also no gluing or no anything. However, it's very intricate nonetheless. It's very like the folds and bends here are tough. I've been saying this the whole stream. Cav knows. Just kind of wanna. How's your afternoon going? Hopefully well. Do you see nothing? Oh, you were in Providence today? Nice. Yeah, you should check out that Guatemalan chicken place I was talking about. I think you'd like it. So as you'll see, like the traffic was bad. Sorry to hear. Last time I went to Providence was in January to pick up my VA laptop. That's actually where I got my VA laptop in Providence. They sent me to Providence IT, the Providence VA instead of Boston VA. Because, as Cav remembered correctly, I work for the VA. Yep. Cool, I got these bends. You gotta see that place. Yeah, the chicken place. The VA, if you're not getting treatment there, probably doesn't have much to offer you. But with Metal Earth, by the way, this is what I'm building, Gloater. Um, Metal Earth Stagecoach. It's all like photo etched parts. They come in these photo etched sprues. And it's all about folding and bending and like sliding in tabs. I wouldn't say there's some comparison to scale modeling, but it's different. And it actually, I would say, requires more patience. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. But of course, there are less things involved. You don't paint, you don't glue, but the amount of focus and patience and precision you have to have for these little folds and bends is intense. It's intense. It's very intense. Very intense. You got their tiger, but it was a pain in the ass to make the wheels. I can imagine. Round parts are hard. I'll show you something in a sec I have for rounded parts. There are tricks of the trade, so to speak. So A, you have these round pliers that start your curve going. And then you have various rounded things you can use to start getting the round shape in place. And it works quite well. Works quite well. Yes, it makes it easier. I ordered this one on Amazon specifically because at a certain point I was doing more of these. I was doing more of these. Okay, let's plop this in. Let's plop this in here. And I'm getting close to finishing the roof, actually. Now, I've mentioned I've done this before up to a certain point, and I gave up on it. I only made a couple mistakes, but I'm rebuilding this kit, basically. Okay, so it goes in this way. Have you played any more No Man's Sky, Loader? You haven't since Thursday. You might stream tomorrow, though. Fair enough. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope the way I've advertised it has lived up to your expectations, and I haven't like oversold you on it, and you think it was worth getting it. Okay, roof is coming along, as you can see. Got these components in. Now I gotta do the fencing. And this is where I messed up last time. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. It's fun. I'm just really fucking confused. Take it slow. Don't rush it. There. I haven't played Minecraft, so I mean I've played it like once, so I can't really compare much to what Minecraft is like. But like, just take it slow. There are a lot of things to craft. Um, think of it more like exploring around and go by. If you feel you're confused, go by your quests. Like they'll tell you what order you have to do things in to construct what you need to construct. Have you boarded the anomaly yet? The anomaly's cool. Okay, so I would compare it closer to Subnautica. It's fun. I'm just really I kind of jumped over your texts or your messages. I mean, not your texts. Um, yeah, okay. I don't want to spoil then. There's just something called the anomaly, and it's cool. It's actually like a big part of the game, but I'll let you discover that for yourself. But yeah, how'd you like Providence? Providence, not Provincetown, right? Okay, let's fold 7. No, 6 is the long one. So let's fold that first. It was okay? Okay can be good, right? Okay can be good. So let's fold. Um, you love Providence, just absolutely hate how stupid the drivers are there. Oh, hopefully it's not that bad. Um, yeah. So where I messed up, and this is as far as I kind of got last time, was actually the fencing. The fencing I remember was tough, but as I said, with all of these, you just gotta go slow and be patient. Really gotta just be patient. Whoa, why did that overbend? Okay, that should be fine. That is fine indeed. Okay, go sequentially. So part 7 is the smaller one, and I attach it like so. You can see the fencing from here. I can't figure out what a good zoom level is for this. If I zoom in more, I'm likely to be off cam, but you see it closer. If I zoom in less, you'll see more of the thing, more of my like setup, but you likely miss out on the fine details. Okay. I got this, but I deformed this a little bit. Oh yeah, the reason I'm so quiet in Safeport is because I don't know what to say. You just figure it out. I mean, you just take it as you wish. You don't have to say anything if you don't want. You just find the sub channels and like if something's relevant, you say you can put something in the what's cooking. But there's no pressure to say anything. That's why it's a safe port. You know. Okay, this is going better for me the second time around. Yeah, safe port is whatever you want it to be. I'll probably start talking. I'll probably start talking as I start my KV2. We love participation though. Yeah, definitely share your picks. Definitely share your picks. The picks are where it's at. No pressure, but like don't be shy about it. We're very supportive. My hand got all of a sudden shaky. Okay, I'm gonna go with the one. Yep, that's what happened last time. It fell off, even though I secure it in place. Just be careful with one of the mods. He's a jerk, man. I don't have any mods. Oh, wait, you mean on the Discord? Oh, I should really share some pics from my most recent museum trip. That'd be cool. So, same freaking thing happened as last time. My my thing fell off. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. Again, I have to remember patience. This might actually work this time around. Yeah, of course. I'm more patient. I have better practice. Sorry if this is off cam. I really have to like huddle into the piece to kind of line things up. But that's just how it's gotta be. This is Metal Earth for you. It ain't really scale modeling. Although I do think the Stagecoach is to scale. Okay, I actually got these more or less in place. That's awesome. I actually got the full perimeter of the fence. You think I'm a jerk? You should see the Discord owner. Yes, we have a reference pic channel. Not even gone mention him. It's okay, he's a foreigner anyhow, speaks a different language. Okay, so I got this little fence, and by the way, I think all of you have been lurking for a while, if not actively participating, but this is how the final product should look like. And now I just have to put in the components. this is going to be hard because there are a lot of. His English is terrible. I wonder who that can be. Okay. Talks with his hands a lot. Another news stream tomorrow, plastic. Big Pete, believe me, you don't want to know him. Oh no. Seems kind of scary. I was going to stream today, but then he got a flat tire. Oh, I didn't mention he had a flat tire. I'm sorry. That must have been a nuisance. Just this is how you secure the. You kind of do these twists with the tabs. How you get the things in. I was going to stream today, but then I got a flat tire and I'm back from running errands. That was fast. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I was considering my car doesn't come with a spare. I was gone. I was gone stream today, but I had a bit of mess to decide not to. I just sent some museum pics. Awesome. I'll check them out in a sec. I'm curious. Well, I might check it out after the stream. I'm kind of in a segment where putting down the piece is a little difficult. A little difficult indeed. Ooh, I mean, I got it in place, but damn, I really deformed the top. I'll worry about that. Gotta be more careful. I fixed it. But yeah, this part was like squished down. We'll check them out in a bit. I just wanna get these in place. This is a little tricky. Okay, they're going in. Just gonna do one bit at a time. Getting close to finishing this upper fencing, for lack of a better word. It's not really fencing, but something like that. This actually wasn't so bad. It's funny, some parts or some segments of the build go very smoothly and quickly. And other ones, you think they're like a little piece and they take forever. They just take forever to get right. Okay, the fence is in, and I've deformed this a little, unfortunately. Look, it's looking a little crappy, but I think it's fixed. Yeah, I fixed it. You can see it more or less evened out. Well, the roof is looking lovely. It's been a couple hours. Maybe I'll do one more part and let me see. The next one's involved. Yeah, I'll do one more piece. And then maybe I will raise someone. Going to a museum is convenient when you live close-ish. Yeah, Boston has a few museums. So let's cut out this part. I mean, this is cool. Like, although I've like vented so much about this stuff, it's a cool, almost scale modeling activity. Almost scale. Uh-oh. I bent the wrong way. Well, not the wrong way. I got this stuck. That's what they mean. You can only mess up twice with these. Okay, like you can't move this again because I already moved it back and forth. Doomer, is Duck streaming today? That's the real question. I'm gonna tune into Duck stream if he streams. What time is it now? It's 5. I'm gonna raid Duck in this case. Well, I'm gonna raid him just in a sec, as soon as I just get, cause it's been a couple hours. It's been just nearly a couple hours. Wait, let me see. Let me see who is raiding. I mean, who is streaming, and then I'll raid them. I'll give it 5 minutes to see if Duck is on. Um, Let me just load up my Twitch. Duck is on. All right. Just give me a couple minutes to gather these things, and then we can all raid Duck. If you haven't already directly gone on Duck's channel, but raiding him will be fun. Is he actually started, or is it like a starting soon type of thing?
You start the engine sometimes. You start the engine sometimes.
This is a big overload from my computer. Starting soon screen is up, but yeah, he's live as I'm typing. Alright, why don't I set up a raid, and since I was gonna coincidentally just finish around now, I probably won't stay on. I'll like raid and run. Just make sure I have the spelling right. Okay. Cool.
Hello, Dre. But yeah, we cut out a, as you can see, we cut out a disc of styrene
Alright, see you guys.
and shaped it and carved out the inside, and now we've got another tire. So good job, way to go, duck.